let's be real about
Memphis. Nothing but Memphis. Everywhere we go, it's Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee, the beautiful land in the world.
All right, man. I miss y'all guys, bro.
I miss y'all too.
Miss y'all too, man. What's good?
Holidays coming up.
Yes.
Right. We just took a mini holiday break for Thanksgiving. It's your boy P Shark back here again, my co-host.
Steph Shakir, man. Shout out to my Slaw Panthers.
Hey, Trev Ship, man. What's good, everybody?
Scott Lato. I'm sad, but I'm here.
Yeah, all our teams took L's.
I ain't
No.
Take L's, yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Except the Eagles. Severs ain't here, so he don't count. So everybody lost.
What's the Eagles' record?
True.
Okay.
Actually, I know we got a better record than the Eagles.
They 5 and
Y'all
6.
got a better record than the
They
Eagles.
5 and 6.
We beat
How
the
you
Eagles.
got
That's
better
all that
record?
matters.
I think y'all tied.
We tied with them. Yeah, we got the same record. 5 and 6.
Better record than
Better record.
Yeah, we did. We done, didn't we?
Yeah,
exactly. Better record.
Dang, all our teams lost on the same day. Yeah, we all suck.
Yeah, we gonna have a little update on our predictions for our favorite teams later. But we're gonna start off with college football. As y'all know, college football playoff is right around the corner. It's getting around the time. So we'll start with the prediction we all made that will probably happen with Michigan Wolverines against the Ohio State Buckeyes. What was the final score of the game?
Man, I couldn't believe it the first time I saw it, but it was 62-39.
Oh, man.
62-39.
Wow.
Yeah, I fell asleep in the second half of the game.
There were a lot of times
I fell asleep in the first half.
There was a lot of times you fell asleep. I hate Big Ten football.
Yeah,
It is atrocious, man.
but
How did Ohio State put up 62 against Michigan?
because
Watch it.
Michigan is overrated.
Oh, that's what you've been saying, though, huh?
Nah, I just been saying.
Definitely.
I just been saying I haven't seen them beat Ohio State, and man, as you see,
Yeah, I think part of the reason why Ohio State was able to, I didn't think they would put up 60. Like, you couldn't have told me they was going to put up 60. But I think one thing I noticed in that game was how, I mean, Ohio State always plays like this, but they're able to spread the ball out and then put everybody in, I mean, whoever your defense is, they're able to put you in man-to-man, and they just run these crossing routes all single day, and then at some point they're going to throw it over the top, and they just, I mean, hopefully you can beat it.
Michigan did make
Michigan couldn't do it.
made no adjustments.
At all.
You can't run man on crossing routes
No, you can't.
because you're getting picked all day.
Yeah.
Literally. And then I think their third cornerback was like the slowest corner. So they
What corner was that? Like, they got beat. Like,
Yeah.
they threw his
They
way like
specifically
every
targeted
single
him.
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
28 or something, 28 or 26.
Man.
And I'm like, pull him, give him help, do something. And they never would.
It was a touchdown they had. The dude was so wide open in the end zone too.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Like,
That was the third touchdown.
Like, I'm looking at the
for
stats
Dwayne
now, and I
Haskins.
see that the quarterback had 6 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says a lot.
Yeah, Dwight Haskins, he's good.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah,
Very.
he's good, but but still, God could have told me, "Hey, Skyler, Ohio State's going to score 60 against Michigan." I wouldn't have believed it.
Is Harbaugh still the coach after this? You going anywhere? Come on, Shaq. You shaking your head?
I don't know.
I think he'll still be there. I think just because I don't think you can, because I think he's brought that program back up from what it used to be a couple years ago. So I think he'll still be there, but I think next year, like, I think they're gonna have a real hard look at him.
Yeah.
Because you can't be like your sole thing. I mean, everybody says this. Your sole thing as Michigan's head coach is to beat Ohio State, and he hasn't done it at all. He hasn't been close. Yeah,
Except that one year they got robbed that year on that 4th and 1, but outside of that, he hasn't been close.
Yeah, and this is literally his first year where he's beating like Penn State.
Yeah.
He's beating Michigan State. This is his first year doing that.
Yep.
And then Ohio State, the way they've been looking all season, this was the year.
This was the year
finally
for them
beat
to do it.
And
Yeah.
and not only did you lose,
You got smashed. Just one thing I just wanted to look at from Michigan standpoint on the offensive side of the ball. It was just atrocious. It looked like they couldn't run the ball at one point. They couldn't throw the ball down the field at one point. I literally watched their last couple of drives during the first half, and then I just cut it off. And they were running nothing but RPOs.
right?
Like the entire time. I'm just sitting there like, can y'all mix it up or something
That's
like
their
that?
problem. He's old school. He wants to keep that old school game, as in. So Shea Patterson is like a spread type of quarterback.
Yeah.
And you got him running like a pro style offense. You're not utilizing him to the best of his abilities. So coming to the game against Ohio State's weakness on defense was spread.
Spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you decide to try to run right into the strength of their defense.
Yeah, and I'm glad y'all brought that up because I thought I was the only person that noticed it. Like, there was nothing creative about their offense. There was nothing that said, "Oh, okay, that's different."
Yeah.
Like, I watched the game Ohio State and Maryland was putting people in motion. They were running crossing routes. They were doing all this stuff that Michigan was just not doing. I'm just like, did y'all not watch the game? Did y'all not try to replicate anything from the previous week? Because Maryland put up how many? I forgot how many
51.
I think it was 51. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, they beat them 52 to 51.
Yeah, and so, I mean, there was nothing there was nothing nice about Michigan's offense. Like, they running the ball on 1st and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor, you say you hate when people run the ball on 2nd and long, and that's exactly what they were doing.
I hate it. If it's 2nd and more than 5, I hate it when folks run it.
And so that did nothing but put them in a lot of times in 3rd and long. And then, I mean, the one thing that not Michigan, but the one thing that Ohio State has is really good pass rushers, and so that's what was getting Michigan in trouble the whole time.
Yep. Well, really quick before we move on, did y'all catch the LSU Texas A&M game?
Yes.
No.
I caught the end.
Did you see the final score and how many overtimes it went?
Yeah, I heard it was
like the 7 overtime game.
Yeah.
I was headed back from Dallas.
It was 74-72, if I'm not mistaken, Texas A&M.
So LSU got robbed. They got robbed.
Look, Sharky, 70 points ain't nobody get robbed.
I'm saying the game should end in the 4th quarter. Time had ran out on Texas A&M. They put 1 second back on the clock. Now LSU did give up a touchdown on the Hail Mary.
They gave up plenty of them.
All they have 7 overtimes. All they have been overtimes. All they have been overtimes. Think about it. But it's been plenty of
Like
time.
a basketball score.
Because I think the score regulation was like in the 20s or 30s. Like, can you check that right quick?
Yeah, they score. Texas A&M scored 43 in overtime, and LSU scored 41.
Yeah, well, you got
the basketball team even put up 70 when they played against Memphis in basketball.
Yeah, they did. But anyway, next up, Michigan's out of the college football playoff discussion. We're actually recording on Tuesday, so I think the college football playoff new rankings are like an hour away tonight. So we're discussing it before the new rankings are out. But obviously, Alabama won again, so there'll be 1. Clemson won again, so there'll be 2. Notre Dame won, and their season is over. They don't have
Notre Dame lost.
I was hoping they lost too.
They don't have a championship game, so they are in the playoff. They are number 3. Alabama plays Georgia next week. Georgia will probably be 4, which means if Georgia beats Alabama, which I don't think they will, Alabama is not dropping out of the playoff. So they shouldn't. Those are 4 teams that are gonna be in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if Alabama lose, they still gonna be in the playoffs.
Yeah, what I'm saying, like they're gonna be in. Like, so,
you can't.
Clemson play Pittsburgh. I doubt they lose, but if they lose, if they just so happen to lose, do y'all think they get dropped out of the playoff?
I think it depends on how they lose.
Yeah,
I think it depends on
probably how Ohio State and Oklahoma looks too.
Yeah, I think at that point a lot of things come into play. I think one of the things you have to look at is how the outcome of Alabama and Georgia. If Clemson loses, it depends on how they lose, and then if Oklahoma beats Texas, and I think what's the other one?
Ohio State and Northwestern.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Ohio State won that one. So
Yeah.
so I think a lot of things are going to a lot of things will have to work themselves out if Clemson lost and if they'll still be in.
Shout out to UCF, who's the top 7 though.
Yeah.
I sleep on parity, man.
I hate that.
I sleep on parity. As much as I want Memphis to win the conference, like I kind of wanted this UCF to get in the playoffs because for it to happen, of course, Alabama will have to take care of business, which will knock Georgia out. Texas will have to beat Oklahoma. Ohio State
will have to lose to Northwestern.
No, I think even if
they trying to sneak Ohio State over Oklahoma. So I know, they love Ohio State.
I really hope they don't get in either. But I think regardless if they win or lose, I still think UCF will get in with that scenario. Like I still want to see that.
Before Milton, now our condolences out to the quarterback.
Yes.
He's really good. Mackenzie Milton from UCF got hurt, had a terrible, gruesome
that was a bad
injury last week. Did you see it too?
Yeah,
you don't want to see it.
As soon as I googled it, the picture popped up. Like it was like, yeah.
Nope.
So I didn't even see it live, but yeah.
Was it worse than going Hayward?
It was Yeah,
Well, I
that's
didn't
what
see the
I'm saying.
actual. I just saw the play in which he got hurt. I don't think I
Oh,
saw.
you gotta see the leg
actual
turn.
injury.
No,
I didn't see the
different
leg.
sports, but that going ahead was
I
probably
mean,
the
it's
worst I've
similar.
ever seen.
Did you see? You didn't see Willis McGahee from Miami when he got hurt back in 2001.
I saw Paul George get hurt too.
Paul George, yeah.
Paul George.
It's along those lines.
Is it worse than the Sean Livingston one? One of the
I want that one.
That's one of the worst best
But they
movies
are-
I've ever seen in my life.
It's up there though.
I'll take mine back.
Also,
Sean Livingston.
while we talking about injuries, then shout out condolences out to Karis LeVert. He had a similar injury for
Oh yeah,
For the
Brooklyn
Brooklyn,
Nets.
yeah.
So
Also, shout out Alex Smith.
oh yeah, see, that's not interesting. That shout out condolences.
Condolences to him.
Yeah, shout out to Alex. He gonna be mad when he hear this.
I know, right? Anyway, condolences out to Alex Smith, man. Wish you a speedy recovery.
There's a lot of
Real
injuries
talk.
going on, but. Back to UCF, that probably eliminates them whether they beat Memphis or not because he is their best player. So I hate it for that reason, but I think they were still gonna find a way not to put UCF in there because they still had. If let's say LSU had beat Texas A&M, they still had LSU ahead of them with 2 losses. So that tells you. I think Texas got 3 losses. If Texas had 2 losses, they probably try to put them in there.
I think they put
beat Oklahoma.
LSU at that 7th spot just in the event that Alabama loses.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only reason that LSU.
But I'm
was
saying
out there.
they still want to put. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
UCF.
I get
They're gonna do everything to keep UCF.
Yeah. So
Best thing to do is just expand it to 8, and even if they, I still think they'll find a way to keep them out. If
Oh, no,
they
I think
stay.
you have to. Put
no, you got to give a group 5.
Yeah, you got to get a
last
group of
spot.
5 in at that point.
You got to.
I think that would be the
Okay.
only reason you go to 8. Well, besides money.
Yeah, because the main reason they probably go there is because it's 5 Power 5 conferences. One to 2 always get left out.
Yeah.
So especially like Notre Dame had Notre Dame make it this year. 2 Power 5 conferences are left out. So you know how the NCAA is.
And then shout out to Memphis for finally learning how to run the ball.
Yep.
Yes.
I just feel like coaches overthink things. Sometimes it's just a matter of just having the quarterback just to hand the ball off to Henderson and just let him run
just let him
wild.
go.
Sometimes that's all you need to do.
And not even just him. Like you got him. You got Patrick Taylor.
Yeah, he had a good game too.
You got
Yes.
Tony Pollard. You got Sam Kraft got a touchdown. Like you got 4.
Yes.
You got 4
All-star running back quarterback.
You got all-star running back group with average quarterback, and
Exactly.
you want to still try to throw the ball.
He
down
shouldn't throw the
field.
ball more than 15 times a game.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah, facts.
He's Alex Smith, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen.
There you go.
Literally.
Shout out Alex Smith.
Condolences back to Alex Smith.
That's how you shout out.
All right, let's go to college basketball. So, Duke lost to Gonzaga last week after all the undefeated talk. So, how that child had the floor. So,
That was an interesting game, especially like
Definitely.
the last 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
the comeback.
I'll let you ask the question, Scholar.
No. What was the original question?
We just talking about the game.
That all of us is on our mind. Like,
Yeah.
I'll let you go ahead and ask it. Referring to the game
Down the stretch.
down the stretch. Damn it! Why didn't
Why didn't Coach K call Zion Williamson?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was saying the same thing because I was in Dallas watching the game. I'm just like, how does Zion Williamson not get a single touch?
Nah,
And that
touch.
was like
Yes.
then like the last 4 minutes, probably?
Yeah.
Last 3 minutes.
I think he scored a basket when
He scored when
He
around
scored-
the 5 minute mark.
I think it was like 2.
No, he scored a little
I think it was like-
because he tied the game up. He scored the game
I think it
time
was like
basket.
a minute and a half to 2. I think
Yeah.
after that, I think it was like a minute and a half. Is when
Because he scored the game time
it was a
basket.
dunk, I think.
Because I think nobody scored the last minute and a half, period. No team, because Gonzaga missed all their free throws.
Yeah, Gonzaga only scored like once, and I think that was
Yeah.
of a couple of free throws.
Because they literally missed like 6 straight free throws. Because Duke had 3 straight possessions. RJ Barrett had the ball, James Harden style.
Yeah.
Man, I think Jay Billis kept comparing him to James
Comparing
Harden.
him to James Harden.
Yeah.
Which was a good comparison.
Which, yeah, that was a great
But it was
comparison.
also not good either.
Because how he ended the game was exactly how James Harden ended game. So it was
But,
a
I mean,
perfect
as you're
comparison.
looking at it, I never understood how Zion Williamson doesn't get a single touch. I think he was drawing plays up for RJ Barrett because I think naturally you think that he's the better finisher, which he probably is at the rim. But if I can get a 6'8", 260, 265 guy running downhill, go to the basket, if he's missing, he's gonna get a foul call. I mean, and plus, I don't think he was really missing free throws like that anyway. So at least draw something up for him. That I didn't understand at all.
Me personally, I thought he should have just put the ball in the point guard, Trey Jones.
Yeah,
Trey Jones. He brought them back essentially.
Yeah.
Like he let him run the offense and design the play. Yeah. But he tried and play hero ball with RJ Barrett.
Sometimes, again, coaches overthink things.
Yep.
if RJ Barrett has missed 2 drives going down to the basket, if he's missed 2, okay, all right, let me try with Zion then. Like I don't understand it, but that's just me.
Right. Yeah. He made the jump at the tie of the game at 145.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. And after that,
why not give it back to him?
That again,
no
idea.
No idea.
He was clearly overpowering all their bigs. Like, I was watching the game. I was like, man, this is a good game. Give my boy the ball. RJ, it's gonna be an ego thing to stop him.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what was that guy's name from Gonzaga? I think
the Japanese guy.
Yeah, he
guy's name.
Work. He was. I mean, he had all the NBA moves, like step back jumpers, like pull up, like jump shot. Like he had all. I was like, shoot.
Oh yeah.
They hooping over there in Japan.
Mm-hmm. But I ain't gonna lie, it was a better game. Tennessee, Kansas. The whole game was better from beginning to end because it was close the whole time. If Grant Williams never fouled out, I think Tennessee wins. But he fouled out. Deidre Lawson, who I predicted to be player of the year, took over in overtime and won the game for him. But that was a really good game too.
Yeah, I can't wait till March get here. March is gonna be good.
Oh yeah,
I think it's gonna be top heavy, but I'm cool with it.
Before we go to the next topic with Memphis, seeing Tennessee in that Kansas game and seeing how Memphis been looking, I hope Memphis don't get blown out when they play them.
I think around that time,
hopefully, they should be better.
They should be better. Memphis should be better, but I honestly do not want to see Memphis get blown off the floor.
Because I am a Tennessee fan, but I also love Memphis. It's kind of I don't want to see a blowout.
Good game.
Yeah,
exactly.
Tennessee is really good.
Like
they got grown.
Final Four.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Final Four
I'm nervous
potential.
about it because the same way Memphis can get better, Tennessee can get better too.
Yeah, they got grown. They got grown men, bro.
Yeah.
Man,
Amber Schofield and Grant Williams, you can't.
I can't just really picture. I can't picture nobody on Memphis's roster.
Yeah, because Memphis got no big man.
Yeah, they could check them.
Yeah,
about to get them. And they don't get folks in foul trouble either.
This is a learning experience for the baby Tigers, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm calling now, the baby Tigers.
Yep, that's what they are.
Okay.
But speaking of baby Tigers, guess what we signed last week?
Oh boy! I cried. I'm so sorry. I was listening to. I was going to the bank.
Wow!
I pulled it up on ESPN on my phone because I just wanted to see, because this is the first time like a Memphis recruit from Memphis is announcing his decision on national television.
Yes.
I was just like, I'm not finna listen to this on the radio. I want to see this. And just seeing him pull up the little tiger with the little tiger jersey, I was like.
Unicorn, bro.
Yeah, huh? I'm sorry, it's unicorn. I'm so sorry. Sorry, James Wiseman.
It might show had unicorn. That was lit.
I'm sorry. But that was beautiful though. Like that's something you can say. Like I know exactly what I was doing when that happened.
Yeah,
I was in the parking lot listening to it. I couldn't move. As soon as it started. I was listening to Jason and John. I couldn't move. And as soon as he announced it, I was screaming. Yeah. I was screaming like I was in Cleveland and LeBron.
Well, I got excited even before he actually made the announcement, because he said, because the guy on SportsCenter asked him who all knows your decision or something like that, and he said everybody in Memphis. I said, oh yeah.
Yes. I mean, it was pretty obvious. It was pretty obvious because that Friday they came on him. DJ Jeffries, Michael Dandridge, and the coaching staff from both teams, out of Branch and East, was on the Jason and John show.
Yep.
That day on Friday. Then they played that same day he announced the decision. They played against each other that night. So I'm like, I know he's not about to announce he's going somewhere else on the same day.
Exactly.
After being in the same room with all these people.
I probably would have broke loose.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You ain't about to do that today.
But no, that's special though, to get a player of his caliber, that could potentially go number one in next year.
Next year. The year after.
The year after. To have him on your roster, it's gonna be good. I can't wait for next year. If you thought Memphis Madness was crazy this year, oh boy, just wait till next year.
Especially
here's one thing I've been thinking about with James Wiseman. I don't think he's staying for just a year. I think he'll 2 year and out it, because I think they want to bring a championship to Memphis. And I don't think I think 2 years would be too soon.
Nah, he gone.
I think he's one and done.
He's one and done.
I think if you're guaranteed like a top 3,
if he's guaranteed top 3,
he's gone.
Now, if let's
I'm
say
putting into consideration the outside sources too, because he is from Memphis. He has a family who wants him to stay in Memphis. He could have went anywhere in the nation to play high school, but his mom wanted him to just relax and play in the East.
technically he's not from Memphis.
I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
He moved to Nashville.
Well, he moved here.
Memphis now.
Right, he's from Memphis.
Yeah, he's from Memphis now.
If you've been living in Memphis longer than 6 months, you're from Memphis.
There you go.
But I was saying, like, he's not like the Memphis kids who grew up wanting to play for Memphis. This is really the opinion. But I see where you come from. But when you guarantee a top 3 spot, it'd be
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard not to turn that down.
I'm gonna go 2 years.
It'd be nice if he
Shout out to
do.
James Wiseman, though, man.
Yeah, shout out to him.
I don't think Penny Dunn either.
I don't know.
Trent Wofford.
Did y'all see the game? I sent y'all the link to it when Trent Wofford played against DJ Jeffries.
DJ Jeffries.
Trent Wofford looks good.
He does.
I didn't know he's like a 6'9" small forward. So he can handle the ball and everything. He was like he was slick playing point guard for that team.
No.
Yeah.
You know, like
He do got slim.
Yeah, I ain't feeling Brandon Ingram right now.
He does have a slim build though. So with Memphis, I tell you this, and a lot of people ain't saying nothing about him. Malcolm Dandridge.
He's gonna be key.
He's gonna be big time in Memphis.
Yes.
He's gonna be there. He's definitely gonna be there longer than 1 year. But he's like everybody sleep on him. Like he's the least talked about prospect. But Memphis problems right now, rebounding and stuff. Even if James Wiseman didn't come, Dandridge would have helped it. But now we got both of them.
I think Malcolm Dandridge's last game he had 17 and 20, like 20 boards.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yes.
Grown man. 20 rebounds. Goddamn.
Yeah, so he's gonna be huge, man.
Yep. So I guess we go on from college basketball into the NBA.
Oh boy.
So a lot has
The
happened.
drama continues.
Bro, every single
It's something.
A lot
every
has
week
happened.
it's something.
So I guess I dwindled it down to 2 topics. We'll start off with what happened a couple weeks ago, and it's still being talked about regardless because big free agent decisions and a lot of stuff going on next year with Golden State. Draymond Green and Kevin Durant's beef.
I think we should let Tuke have the floor.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Let's go.
Does it have to be? I mean, at this point, Kevin Durant's gone. I've been saying it for the longest. Y'all know me. Of course, I want Kevin Durant to stay, but I think he's gonna leave, and it's getting to a point where it's like, if you're not gonna stay with us, then leave. Like, why you just using us for a championship, which we all knew he was gonna do anyway, but now it's coming to the light. He's using that for a 3-time championship, and he gonna dip. Draymond knows that.
Let's go back just a little bit. What you mean use the Golden State Warriors?
He of course he's using the Golden State Warriors to win. They could have won without him.
See, when you say using, that comes off as like I'm riding the coattail of somebody, or I'm just gonna mooch this ring. Let's be real. I mean, he does have back-to-back NBA Finals MVPs.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should use the word use.
Yeah, that is.
I just want to point that out.
And hold on. And another thing, and this said person he's beefing with actually recruited Durant.
Yeah.
That's
to come
where
to
it kind
Golden
of gets
State.
tricky for me because Draymond knew what kind of player that Kevin Durant is.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
Yes.
the person that wants the ball at the end of the game. So
And
it's
he
like
should have the ball.
the ball at the end of the game.
So it's like Kevin Durant if he won with the Warriors, he can easily average 38 points a game.
He go where y'all showed me that. I remember Steve A said it, I think last year. He said Draymond Green is on a short leash because Kevin Durant is there essentially because you got now NBA. He should never got suspended, but you put yourself in position to get suspended for Game 5 and essentially lost you out the finals.
Nah, I'm not trying to hear
He
that.
should have got suspended in Game 5 against OKC.
Yeah, I think that's why. That's why he got suspended.
we not
Because of
gonna
it was like, we had to make it
I'd
up.
rather him get suspended for that than an NBA Finals game. But
Definitely.
continue.
Yeah, but
Like suspend him 5 games in the upcoming season or something.
right, but his antics is starting to work in with the ownership and everything in Golden State, and I think that scene right there kind of showed like, you know what, Kevin Durant might walk, we might just go and trade Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond's gone.
So I think
season.
because then he was talking about he want
Draymond's gone at the end of the season.
I don't think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
he's definitely he wanted because he wanted a max contract too, and as good as he
has a year left.
he has a year left.
With everything going on right now, they're going to trade him in the offseason because Golden State is going to look to try and keep Durant. And that can be the little sweetener that maybe Durant will probably sit down and talk and possibly look to stay and go to state.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think Draymond stays only because you're losing Kevin. I mean, everybody in this room knows that Kevin Durant's leaving, right? Mm-hmm. So then that's what $30-35 million that you don't have to pay to Kevin Durant, and you can just give that to you.
Klay Thompson,
or
spread
it out in
cousins.
Yeah, or spread it out in game of
I see you now. You've been
I don't know. I think they're loyal to Steph, Klay, and Draymond.
I think they're.
I would have.
So I think they're gonna try whatever they can to keep him. But that's only if Kevin Durant. I think that's only happening if Kevin Durant leaves. Which again, we all know that he's leaving. Yeah. So I don't think Draymond's gone if Kevin Durant still leaves too.
The Warriors was the best team in the league without Kevin Durant, and that's what I mean when I say use. Y'all know me. I'm the biggest Kevin Durant fan. I would never say nothing disrespectful to him. But at the same time, he used the best team in the league to get championships.
Okay.
So he's done. He's accomplished that goal. What more could he do in Golden State besides get ridiculed for being there?
True.
That's true.
Go to a team like the Clippers. We'll get that more later.
Yeah,
he'll be a Laker.
We'll make predictions.
He'll be a Laker.
It doesn't make any sense for me. For that reason, if he go to the Lakers, it's like what sense do they make?
Exactly. If Kevin Durant wants to go to the Knicks or the Clippers and take them to the championship, that would increase his legacy by so much.
You go to the Lakers,
a short span.
I agree. It makes no sense, but okay, it makes no sense for how he's feeling right now. That makes absolutely no sense.
He'll be a Laker,
but.
I hate to say it, but he'll be a Laker.
If Kevin Durant's a Laker, I'm not gonna lie, I won't be surprised.
He'll be a Laker.
I've been told he's going to be a Laker.
He'll be a Laker.
I can't.
We'll
be a Clipper.
But it's like everything they telling us about him, like, oh, he's mad that he's not getting credit. It's all a lie if he goes to the Lakers because you're not gonna get credit.
Exactly.
You still don't get credit.
LeBron James.
I can see him going to Lakers, but it's like everything that he's saying about you in Golden State, it's a lie. It's not about you not getting credit.
You're gonna go from using the Warriors to using LeBron James.
Exactly. That's all you're doing.
Like in the media's,
I have no issue with it.
Of course you don't.
I mean, it's just how everything is looking now from the Lakers standpoint. It's almost bound to happen because with Bradley Beal being available. The Lakers pulling that potential deal because they're looking to possibly keep Brandon Ingram.
No, they got to trade, but they got to.
No, they're not going to trade for him because that will take them out of the.
Yeah, definitely.
They'll take them out of possibly getting the money. And they're coming out saying they're going to try to make it work for Brandon Ingram. Just further lets me know
they need to get rid of Brandon Ingram.
No, Brandon Ingram will not be. I can't see him being in the starting lineup day one of next year.
And it's so crazy.
I didn't say that. I mean, he's going to be in the starting lineup.
Oh yeah, I'm saying that to say. Well, I guess what I was trying to get at is the only way Kevin Durant does not become a Laker, because I've been told that he's going to be a Laker, is if we trade Brandon Ingram and whatever for AD before the end of the year, which I think is still possible because the Pelicans right now aren't looking good.
Speaking of AD trade, that's why I want to go with Golden State and possibly trading Draymond Green. I could see Golden State looking ahead and trying to make a possible trade for Anthony Davis themselves.
That'd be nice.
That would be scary.
I think people know that Draymond Green is a system player, and if he were to go to a lot of other teams, he wouldn't be an all-star like he is.
Yeah.
That's just my honest opinion about you.
I mean, that's given at this point.
I don't know. What I was going to say earlier?
I got an update. College football playoff rankings just came out. What we said, Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame, Georgia 4. They did not put Ohio State over Oklahoma. Oklahoma is 5, Ohio State 6.
Gotcha.
They did put Michigan is still ahead of UCF. Michigan 7, UCF is 8.
Ooh.
So they're going to try their best. UCF
they're definitely trying to
even
keep
if Kenzie
UCF
Milton didn't get hurt, they won't get in there.
UCF is their
I think it's funny talking about the Lakers. I remember what I was about to say, how beginning of the season we were talking about Brandon Ingram was going to see the biggest increase. Brandon Ingram going to do this. Brandon Ingram.
I mean, he was my pick for most improved player.
He's got started.
He was my pick for most improved player. Yeah, so I'll take that.
I mean, I'll admit to it. I'm wrong. It's just him and LeBron don't work together. And
is it him and LeBron don't work together, or LeBron doesn't make his teammates better?
I think it's the former. Him and LeBron don't work together.
I honestly think
I think in this particular case, I don't think they work well together, and that's only because Brandon Ingram can't shoot consistently, and so that's his problem. He gets wide open shots. He's just not making them. I mean, there's plays that's drawn up for him. He's just not making them. But he's only doing that for some reason. But he has better. I guess I'm answering your question. He actually has better numbers when LeBron's off the floor.
Yeah.
So that's why I was actually.
He has more space to operate.
Yeah.
To me,
as opposed to LeBron being on the floor.
It's the former that they just him and LeBron to play well together.
Yeah.
But also, I never believed Brandon Ingram from the time he got drafted. I never thought he would be this star player that they all predict him to be.
Yeah,
that's me personally. He's good. He's decent. He's okay, but he's not.
He's gonna average 25 points a game. He's gonna
I said 20.
Nah, I'm talking about, it was somebody in the media. It was probably
none of us.
Probably Colin Coward or something.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But somebody said that.
So I let Scotty lead this one since you was the one who posted everything in the group me about Mr. Dwight Howard.
Oh boy, boy.
Let us know.
So I'm going to say I was under the influence when I was just so happened to be on Twitter.
As was I.
I saw a bunch of, what did I see originally? I saw something about, somebody said something like, this Dwight Howard story is like an episode of Greenleaf. I'm not sure if y'all watch Greenleaf.
I do.
I was just like, what the heck is going on? So of course I go to Twitter and like search Dwight Howard. I'm like, whoa, hold on now. This whole thread of like, okay, so to get into the story, basically, Dwight Howard was recently, I guess it was last season. He was on the episode of Wild 'N Out, and he met this transgender woman. Who's
actually a guy. He's come out and said a guy.
Yeah. And I guess Dwight Howard and this person exchanged. They had a conversation. I guess it was on Instagram or whatever. They met up. They had interactions with each other. Whatever. Then it comes to find out that I guess Dwight Howard was cheating on him, I guess, and the guy got upset and decided to confront Dwight Howard about the situation. And then I'm not sure, I can't remember if he responded or something like that.
I forgot because she put he whoever.
Yeah,
is he?
Posted the receipts.
So because I'm trying to figure out at what point did the preacher come in, because that's what really what really threw a wrench in it for me.
He came in at the end, I think.
Yeah, pastor threatened him.
Yeah. To not release the messages and stuff like that.
So the preacher decides to threaten the guy, whatever, like saying, we know where you at, we know where you live, your day's a number, this, that, and the third.
Because she released all this.
Yeah, because she released receipts, phone conversations or whatever. And so now she's, I guess, scared for her life. And so she decided to put her entire story on Twitter and social media. And so Dwight Howard is now seemed to be...
I ain't heard from him.
Yeah, he's now seemed to be presented as...
gay.
I don't really just want to say it, but there it is.
Gay.
Yeah, gay. She called him a bottom, like...
a 6'11" bottom. That's exactly what she called him.
6'11" bottom, so it threw me for a loop.
It threw all of us.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any better, because what's funny is I saw, was it a week or two ago, that he was out for butt problems, and I was just like,
yes. Yep, he was.
Because I was at the house, I was like, why is he out for a butt problem? What's wrong with him? And so then now this is coming out, I was like, boy, this ain't making it no better.
Yeah.
No comment.
So if you have not seen or heard about the story, I promise you, prepare yourself.
And
because there's a lot.
And please look at all the memes and videos. They are hilarious.
Yeah.
They're 30 for 30.
They're 30 for 30, man.
Because
my Lord.
30 for 30 was, I was like, I need a laugh. And so this is like 2 days after, a day after or something. I was like, I need a laugh. Let me just see what memes have come up about now. And so... I clicked on Dwight Howard's name and it said like 30 for 30. I'm like, this might got a 30 for 30 out already. And it was well put together. Like, it wasn't trash at all. It was well put together. I was like, wow, what is this?
Because they got the dude voice.
Like, hey, they got Dwight Howard dunking the ball and everything. I was like, oh my God. Because he said something about we was one Superman. Now he's
fucks a man, bro.
Is he injured or he just didn't play last game against?
He didn't play last game.
Was he injured or just
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know. We haven't heard anything from him.
He quiet.
Yeah, he in his room under the bed, covers or something hiding. I don't know what he doing, but this story is absolutely crazy.
Before we move on,
crying in the car.
I do want to give a special shout out since we talking about pastors. Pastor Orr, You doing your thing, man. You going viral.
That's what I thought.
keep being great, man.
Anybody know about that? Pastor is a pastor here in Memphis, South Haven, Memphis.
Yeah.
Same.
He came down. At the beginning of the sermon, he
came down from the Raptors.
The Raptors.
Yeah.
Jesus coming back.
Yep. This is unsports related, but we said something about preachers,
I
pastors.
just had to give him a shout out.
Yeah, we had to.
But real talk, man.
I thought about what he was saying when he said something about
got
the Dwight
millions
House
of views
pastor.
now.
Right.
But real talk, man. Hey, whenever Dwight does come out, man, hey, whatever happens, I'm pretty sure you got people that's gonna be behind you, man. Live your truth, man. That's what I say, man. Live your truth.
That Wizards
Live
locker
your best
room.
life.
It's already
The
in
Wizards locker
disarray.
room is just. It has to be the most awkward room to ever
I
walk
told
in right
you,
now.
bro, man. Melo sitting at the house. Might as well join the Wizards. I don't join the Wizards.
Hey, but real talk, man. Just hey, live your truth, man. I'm pretty
Hey,
sure.
do you?
Do you? That's all we're saying.
Live your truth.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
I like that.
Let's go and go to this NFL.
All right.
So I guess I start off. Let's go ahead and do our predictions for our favorite teams the rest of the season. As we stated a little earlier, my Titans are 5-6. The Panthers are now 6-5. Titans lost 2 in a row. Panthers lost 3 in a row. The Steelers are what 7-3-1. Something like that.
Yes, 7-3-1.
3-1. Y'all just lost to the Broncos. On that
No, boy.
crazy
Oh,
last
boy,
play
boy,
right there.
boy. Ben Roethlisberger.
That would have been an interception regardless because
It would.
I don't know, but I guess I start with the Titans. We had the last episode was Let's Tighten Up. As y'all was getting on me about my favorite team, talking about believing them. Y'all see what happened the last 2 weeks. That's why it's hard to believe in these folks. Last night, man, I damn near wanted to cry last night watching that game. It was so embarrassing, bro, and it was just so mediocre to watch us play the Texans.
I literally turned the TV on to the game, and Lamar Miller was running for like 90 yards.
We had a 4th and 1, right?
Exactly.
So on short yard situation, we always had Deion Lewis in the game and giving him the ball. We finally had Derrick Henry out there. And I was like, oh, we finally giving the ball. We handed the ball off to the damn tight end. 4th and 1.
You gotta switch it up every now and then, sir.
4th and 1.
why you gotta post? Why you gotta post something, man?
So there was a 3-yard line, obviously. The very you want to post out? All right, man. Did I just beat you in fantasy 170 to 107?
We're not going to talk about fantasy. Please.
We're not going to talk about fantasy.
Nobody else
Please.
can talk about fantasy besides Trevor. So.
I said, please. No.
All right, man.
Trevor got
You
this
look
on
at it,
lock.
start Lamar Miller. Because I had him on the bench. He had like 25 points.
That's a whole episode in his own. Just
We're going to do a whole
I've given up on fantasy for the year.
We're going to do a whole episode on it too.
yeah.
About fantasy?
Yeah, once I upset him in the championship
I'm
game.
not showing you for that.
Yeah, I got it.
But anyway, Lamar Miller did. After that, that was 4th and 1. Lamar Miller had 97-yard touchdown after that. So Marcus Mariota last night, 22 for 23, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That's not bad.
And we
Pretty
lost
good,
30. We lost 34-17.
Well, we know it's not Mariota.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say on that one.
So before we get into what's the defense's problem, because we walked into the season like I picked y'all to win the division because the defense got better.
And we were great
Yes.
up until the last 2 games, right?
Yeah.
One game, the game we sent you. Look, we never beat them, but DNP said got sent to the hospital right before the game.
Okay, yeah,
so I can kind of say, okay, that one, it heavy in your heart. Your
Yeah.
defense coordinator's got in the hospital. Boom.
Definitely.
So last night he back. Lamar Miller running all over us like he's the number 1 back in the NFL.
He had a 90-yard rushing.
Like,
Wow. Yes.
Because I benched him in fantasy because he wasn't doing enough for me. So whatever. But
Yeah.
our last, we are now 5-6. We're 1 game behind the wild card spot. I believe we are a mediocre team. So I think we have 4 of our last 5 games at home. But I believe we are going to finish like a mediocre team does. 8-8. Our next, we got a soft schedule, but we knowing
I
us.
think I still have another game against the Colts, right?
Yeah, we lost to the Bills. So I believe we're going to lose one of these games against either the Jets or the Giants or the Jaguars or the Redskins. We're going to lose one of those games. Then we played the Colts last game of the season, which might be for the playoff spot. And we are 0-10 versus Andrew Luck. So do I have belief we're going to beat him to get in the playoffs? No. And I got to control now for the Colts too. So
All right.
next.
You want to start?
I go my 5 teams.
I thought you were going to
No,
talk about the Steelers.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've given up on the Steelers. I'm not going to hope that they go to the Super Bowl because I don't want to face Drew Brees. I don't want to face the Rams. I don't want to face. Even before we get there, I don't want to face the Chiefs or the Patriots. I've now given up on our team because we can't we can't create turnovers. I think we're like -7 in the turnover margin,
Yes.
which is absolutely terrible. I think if you that bad, then you shouldn't then your record is pretty terrible. So we turn the ball over way too much. I actually in the last game missed Le'Veon Bell. That's the first time you ever I haven't said that the whole year. That game on Sunday was the first game all year I've actually missed Le'Veon Bell because Le'Veon Bell does not create that fumble that James Conner has. Totally does not. And I think if Le'Veon Bell was on that team, I think we had 3 plays before. Was it 3 plays? And they got the interception. One of those 2 plays goes to Le'Veon Bell, and I promise you, Le'Veon Bell gets that. Yeah. I miss him. Defense. Our defense has played better, but I think I told y'all we don't have that ball hawk guy on in our secondary. We just don't. Yeah. And I think most good defense have that. I think the Eagles have Malcolm Jenkins. I think y'all have Kevin Byard.
Yeah, Kevin Byard.
I think for y'all, I think y'all got good linebackers. So I mean,
he got Eric Reed, who's decent.
And not a ball hawk. Yeah. He's not a ball hawk.
He's a safety.
Yeah. He's a safety.
He's a hard hitting safety.
I think that's one thing that we missed, and for some reason we can't draft a defensive end, defensive side of the ball. So that loss.
Drive a receiver though.
Yeah, we drive a receiver. Juju is the number one receiver.
Yes.
But nonetheless, I've given up on my team. Regardless, I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all would love to be 7-3-1.
No, if we looking like y'all have, it's like the Texans. The Texans have won 8 in a row. They're 8-3, but I still don't believe in them. Yeah, and it's the way they're winning. It's like teams don't win ugly and win the Super Bowl. You don't do that.
Yeah, and it doesn't get me any better for Steeler Nation because this Sunday we're at home against the Chargers, who are 8-3, who are red hot right now.
Yeah, they lost to the same team y'all just lost to last week.
That's true, but Phillip Rivers, shout out.
Yeah, he's on
25 straight receptions, 28 of 29 for 259, 3 touchdowns.
He put it up for 525 against us on Sunday.
Exactly.
And then the other thing I'm really sad about is Ben Roethlisberger is the most nerve-wracking quarterback ever.
Yes,
he can. I'm willing to debate that because he will give you 15 really good throws, and he'll give you 5 what the hell were you doing?
Yep.
He'll give you those, and he'll have 2 picks. He has a pick every single game, and this is just the most.
He's good for one.
Yeah, he always has a pick, and
I got one for you, Tony Romo.
That was a good one. I'll give you. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, Tony Romo's not playing anymore, so he's not nerve-wracking.
Come on, dude.
He ain't playing no more.
He's a great
back when he played.
Back when he played.
Yeah.
If I had to say that, damn.
He's a great commentator.
Damn, so I gotta be technical.
I'll be honest. I don't know who frustrates me more, him or Russell Westbrook, dude. As a Thunder fan, so
and y'all were doing so well without him when he was hurt.
Exactly. That's a whole nother story.
Listen, off my pedestal with the Steelers.
And then after the Chargers, I believe we got
the Raiders.
Yeah. We have the Raiders.
Y'all played the Saints.
Yes, we are at New Orleans.
At New Orleans.
No, I think that was in Pittsburgh. That one I'm almost
sure. Y'all got a shot in
Pittsburgh. The 3 biggest games that we have left are all in Pittsburgh. Chargers,
and the Patriots.
Okay, y'all at home because I still don't believe in the Chargers. I'm sorry. they are that team. Right. They the type of team that blow torches, especially on the road.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can see them. I can see y'all winning though. But I couldn't stay in the playoff.
Phillip Rivers, because now we're
playoff scenario.
4th. We got the 4th spot as the division winner, which means we'll probably play the first weekend, which means we'll probably have.
Y'all play the Chargers. Because Chargers not winning the division.
We'll have to play the Chargers at this point. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, you look like you're ready to spaz about the Carolina Panthers.
I ain't gonna understand. I said everything I had to say on Twitter. You say you giving up on your Steelers. I've given up on my Panthers.
Hey, shout out Christian McCaffrey, though.
Man.
Two?
This is why, because I call him Lil Yacht Running now. Riverboat Run, Lil Yacht Running, because he ain't doing nothing right now. His play calling has been terrible. Gano is missing kicks. I know. I think he's the highest paid kicker in the league.
He gave me 0 fantasy points the other week.
Thanks, son.
Work on.
I think he's one of the highest paid kickers in the league. Whatever. He's missing kicks left, right, and I know we got this even year curse or whatever. But dog, we lost to the Lions by 1 and the Seahawks by a field goal. You know how nerve-wracking it is. After we got 50 points put on our asses. I thought we would have came back and tried to redeem ourselves somehow, some way against the Lions. Whatever, man. I think we should tank and try to get like a cornerback or something. I'm done.
Because this draft coming up is going to be defense.
I mean, look, we play the Buccaneers next, which
that's a win.
That's a win.
The Lions should have been a win, but
did y'all see what the Buccaneers did last week?
Next. We played the Browns.
The Browns. There you go. You got 10 cheer. You got your team cheer for right there, the Browns.
There you go. Baker Mayfield.
The rest of the season.
Saints, Falcons, Saints.
Yeah, they still haven't played the Saints.
What kind of schedule is that? That's mean.
That is mean.
What kind of schedule is that? That's mean.
Yeah.
And I'm already like, the Saints gonna win the Super Bowl. We got to play them twice, and then we got to play them if we make the playoffs. In the playoffs, probably because we're gonna have a lower seed.
I feel like y'all should tank.
6-5. We'll be 9-7 if we win out against everybody except the Saints. We'll be 9-7.
Yeah,
Y'all should.
Let's tank. Let's get a good quality cornerback because the ones we got, James Bradbury is okay. Devin Funches is not a number one receiver.
He's not.
He's
Definitely not.
trying to get paid though. I want us to trade him to the Bengals so bad for AJ Green. I don't know if we can trade him for a third round or two. The
Bengals ain't coming up AJ Green.
Yeah.
No.
They might as well.
Yeah, he's washed up. Jalen Ramsey said.
Speaking of Jay,
quarterback is.
speaking of Jay, I'm playing.
Yeah,
He had to go UT before he got hurt though.
Yeah.
He had that foot injury now. That's why the Bengals struggling. But
He ain't got no foot injury. He just don't want to play for them.
I think that's what it is.
it's
And
the
Dalton's out for the season.
I think we're gonna finish out 9-7. I think honestly at this point we should tank and I don't know, get Ron out of there. He pissing me off.
basically, what we're hearing is we got two mediocre teams in Panthers and Titans, and we got a team that just gonna get to the playoffs and not do anything in the playoffs in the Steelers.
Pretty much.
I think I more so will make the playoffs. We ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah,
It's like,
y'all
wow.
got a shot to make
It's
it
like,
because
wow.
the NFC kind of.
Because the Saints are balling. I don't see how we're gonna beat them at all. If we beat the Saints, that's a successful season to me. Me being real.
Beating one time.
I mean, it's our quote unquote even year curse. I mean, it is true to me.
Y'all can be. I can't see the Saints not. I can't see the Saints winning every single game for the rest of the year. Somebody's gonna beat them.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna. I can't see the Saints winning every single game for the rest of the year. That's not
I
happening.
would say it could
Are
be
you
us, but-
willing?
I'm willing to bet that.
Are you willing?
I'm willing to bet that.
you
They
willing?
will-
Are you willing?
they will have a-
No, you know we going with this because y'all play them.
Are you willing to go?
Oh no! Hell no. I'm just trying.
I mean, y'all play them at home. Y'all do play them in Pittsburgh.
Heck no.
Y'all do play them in Pittsburgh.
I don't care
Be
if
mad
you
for
play
that.
them in England. Drew Brees is going to throw for like 600 and have 5 touchdowns against us.
Y'all do know the
Yeah.
Saints' weakness is playing like in cold weather, and it's gonna be cold in Pittsburgh at the time they play.
You know what our weakness is? Our secondary.
Hard to pass the ball in the
I would
cold.
say we can win one, but at this point, it's like we're playing not to lose instead of to win, and that's a huge
And
difference.
then when you do that, you lose.
You lose.
Yeah, so we lose it.
Just ask the
Clearly.
Jaguars.
Trust me, I know my favorite college team did that a couple years ago. That's why Bush Jones is out. But
We're not gonna speak on the Vols.
yeah, let's go into our top 5 rankings, power rankings. Speaking of the Saints, I guess I'll start off. Saints number 1, Saints number 2.
Hey, that's about right.
Real talk. Saints 1.
That's how I feel, and they ain't out of division. So
Yeah, Saints are 1 since the Rams beat the Chiefs. I know Savage probably when you had the Rams in his top 5. The Rams are number 2. The Chiefs number 3. Pats 4. Bears. The Bears are 5.
back to Chicago,
Shout out to my dad's
Chicago.
favorite team, man.
Shout out Anthony Miller.
Anthony Miller
man.
too.
balling. I go next. Saints 1, Patriots 2, Rams 3, Chiefs 4, and Texans 5.
I actually don't blame you. I thought about putting the Patriots
Let's
too.
pause for the cause for a little minute.
Why the Patriots?
I
at two?
almost put the Patriots too.
I have the Patriots 2 because they actually beat the Chiefs,
Okay.
and in a playoff situation, I believe that they're going to beat the Rams. Well, I guess in
In
the
a
Super Bowl
situation.
In the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl situation, they beat the Rams. I think they're a better team.
I
than the
do
Rams.
too.
Like Tom Brady is not declining, and we know.
You must ain't seen what he's been doing the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Until
I've seen Tom Brady
not
do that before.
Until Tom Brady, not Tom Brady,
Yeah.
he's going to be a top 2 team.
Well,
I've had him on my fantasy.
technically say he's not
I
Tom
hate
Brady
the
because
Yeah.
typically this. Well, we not in December.
I've had him on my fantasy team before, a couple years ago, and the season he's having this year, it was similar. Like he wakes up in December.
They play the Vikings.
Until I see it,
Yeah, and I was
later.
gonna say it's December, but
yeah.
it's not December.
Until I see it in playoff December situation, I'm not.
And they got Gronk back,
Yep.
which he gonna probably be hurt next game. But whatever.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know.
Patriots 2, Rams 3,
Yeah.
Chiefs 4, and Texas 5.
I'll go.
Okay.
So my top 5, I'm going to go with teams that I know I wouldn't be surprised if they're in the Super Bowl. There are teams that are better than these teams, but I just can't see them in the Super Bowl. Which I mean, they're almost in the similar. They're almost the same as y'all's. So Saints is 1, Rams is 2, Chiefs are 3, Steelers are 4, Even though I gave up on them. Even though I gave up on them Patriots.
Bro, what is going on, bro?
a team and give them top 4 in the league.
Don't say nothing. No. Don't say nothing to me about my time. No, I am. Don't say.
You just talk crap.
I am about to drive to your house right now and get your terrible towel.
Like what the hell?
What is going on, bro?
And now you sound like the biggest one.
I said that I've done rooting for them. My list consists of 5
So
teams.
you're not gonna root for a team that you got in the top 4.
You're not going to root
I'm
for your
going off
favorite
teams
team.
that I know can be in the Super Bowl, but I'm not rooting for them. Regardless if it makes sense or not, this is my list. This is my list.
Okay.
This is my list. That is my list. I can see the Steelers being in the Super Bowl, but dang it, I'm not rooting for them because they get on my nerves.
So if they go in the Super Bowl, you're not gonna cheer for them.
That's different.
Who's 5? Who's 5?
Who's five,
number
bro?
5?
The Patriots.
Okay.
You tripping?
I'll go next, man. I'll go next. So, number 1, obviously, the New Orleans Saints, most complete team in football. 2, I have the Rams. Of course, put them at 2 based on their matchup with the Saints. Number 3, I have Kansas City. Number 4, I have the Chargers. I mean, it's just they just been on the road in this. They've been like just quietly, they've been quietly consistent, which has been odd.
It's always been.
That's okay.
Yeah, because usually they start off slow, and then around this time is usually when they pick it up and then possibly make a playoff run. And then number 5, I had a tough time deciding, but I'm actually going to go with the Bears
Yep.
at number 5. So shout out Anthony Miller, shout out to the Shy. So that's my top 5.
Actually, too, guys, like you put the Texans at 5. I was choosing between them and the Bears, actually. Even though I still don't believe in the Texans, but they won 8 in a row. No matter,
it was a matter of
no matter how they won it.
If they played against each other, who would I pick to win? And I'd pick the Texans to win. That's how I picked.
Hey, Deshaun Watson over Mitchell Trubisky. So
Yeah, Texas defense over. Well,
No,
defense is slick a watch.
that's one of the reasons I
Yeah.
put the Bears in there.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yep.
Shout out to the Bears though. They balling.
They are.
So next up, Jalen Ramsey made the list, quarterback list we discussed, like right before the season started. So Jaguars are now 3-8. So I felt
Dang, I didn't
Yes.
I realized that.
they've lost like 7 in a row too.
Shoot.
So I felt the need that we had to go back over that list since he's played a couple of those quarterbacks that he talked about on that list. So I know he just played Josh Allen, who he called trash. Now Josh Allen didn't really throw well in the game, but the Bills beat them. He found a way to beat them. So you call him trash and he beat you.
When you rushing for 99 yards and 8 yards a pop,
Right. he actually had over 100 yards.
it was like 17,
He took 2
17
knees.
rushes for 99 yards.
Yeah.
I think that was the stat
He took
line.
2 quarterback kneels at the end of the game. They put him back on the 100 yards.
Exactly.
He's played Big Ben. He did pick Ben. He did pick him off like 2 times.
Well, let's not
Cole.
gloss over the fact.
They did score the game with a touchdown.
There you go.
Yeah.
So in the end, you lost to him.
Not twice, but you did throw your way a couple times, and you got mossed on a couple
He
times.
called Mariota a game man. He called Mariota a game manager, and Mariota couldn't have no feelings in his hand and beat them.
Yep.
And he couldn't even feel his fingers. So he said Andrew Luck is not good. I want to say, and Andrew Luck is having a slick MVP type of season.
Slick MVP type of season. Yep.
And the other quarterbacks, I can't think off the top of my head that he might play.
Did you talk about Dak? And then Cowboys.
Talk about
He said he's average, I think.
He said he was average.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he called him MVP.
He called him MVP candidate.
Which he-
Oh,
27.
Yeah, you called Dak average. You put it. Then you put it like 40 or 50.
Yeah, they put a 41 on him.
but Dak didn't really just have just a great game. It was almost like Mariota's numbers for when they won 9-6.
I want to know what he got to say about Blake Bortles now.
Yeah, he said, "But boys,
bang, bang.
gets it done." Not this year.
Nope, not this year.
Speaking of the Jaguars, Leonard Fournette, man, what's up with your attitude, man? Why you had to try to punch a dude with his helmet on? No, why did they try to walk them to the tunnel at the same time?
That's true.
That was so dumb.
Common sense ain't common sense.
Common sense ain't always coming.
I was like, y'all throwing hands with helmets on. Yeah, that makes sense.
Why do football players do that though?
I don't know, man. It's just you're not thinking
Yeah.
when you made
In the moment.
Just in a moment.
Because I think with me, I play football. I never got to a heated situation like that. But if I would have tried to pull your helmet off before punching you. I'm not finna punch a helmet.
Right, because now I'm hurt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You got to try to like hide it.
yeah.
Play it off like
Exactly. For example, Gordon Finnegan, Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Courtney Finnegan, man. Yeah, I was like the Untitled fan who did not like him. He was overrated. But go to troll or nah.
It is that time. Let's do it.
Still go first.
I'll go first. You know, a couple weeks ago, we sat here, talked about John Wall or whatever.
How does he always get brought up?
I mean, y'all brought him up last night, so
I was thinking,
Yeah, we did. We
talked
Go
about
ahead.
him, and so I wanted to
We
bring
did.
up this troll or no.
I brought him up in the group.
So we refer to John Wall as number 2 in our group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was under the impression, well, which number 2 is better? Number 2 from Popeyes? Or number 2 is
Okay,
John
where is
Wall?
that?
So,
what is the number 2 for Popeyes?
Huh?
What's the number
It's a 2-piece.
it's a 2-piece.
Two-piece with biscuit.
Yep.
All right. Depending on what kind of side you on. I like Cajun rice myself.
I'm a Cajun rice guy.
Yeah,
I'm a Cajun rice.
I like Cajun rice. I'm not sure what type of size you guys like, but I'm cool with a 2-piece.
The only way that John Wall is better than this 2-piece is if the tea is unsweet.
Need that cane sweet tea.
That cane sweet tea. Other than that, I'm with you, bro. The tea sweet, I'm with you.
Now, someone he's played a little bit better, but I think on a consistent basis. Because here's the thing: when you go to Popeyes and you ask for number 2, you're gonna get the same thing every single time. But if I tell you I want number 2 off the Wizards, he may give you 15.
Is it white or dark?
Huh?
White or dark?
I'm a white man myself.
Spicy your mouth.
Spicy your mouth. Okay.
Spicy all day.
Okay.
Spicy all day. And again, so if you ask for number 2 from the Wizards, I mean, you don't know what you're gonna get. So I'm of the mindset I like consistency. People like things that are consistent in life. I'm gonna go with the number 2 from Popeyes. Y'all have the floor.
Hey, I told you sweet tea. If the sweet tea came sweet.
I'm with you there. And the problem with the other number 2 for the Wizards is he really hasn't shown signs of getting better. He hasn't shown signs of getting better. Like he hasn't gotten any form of a jump shot, which of course you're gonna have to have in today's league, which has brought his trade value down. And on top of that, he has that ridiculous contract that kicks in next year, where he's making 44 over the next, or at least on average $44 million a year.
Right.
So,
And the number 2 from Popeyes is.
I was just about to say.
Yes.
So I choose number 2 from Popeyes. I'm all about the money route. It's much cheaper.
Much cheaper.
His contract, and it's better.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
So-
him as a player.
Exactly.
Is he out here still looking like a junkie that can hoop? Oh,
Nah, he actually got his
I think
hair.
he braided his hair now.
he
Oh,
braided.
even worse. Even worse. That's my trolling all. So y'all have
Oh, man. That was hilarious.
I forgot. I had Popeyes for one of the last episodes, and he had bought the idea.
Yep,
He was
that's
gonna
where it
break it up, and I forgot about it.
I'm actually gonna listen to this. He gonna
We should have started off with trolling now.
Slick.
Hey. So,
Oh, man.
how do we come back to like a serious trolling now?
I'll try it. I got one, man. I'll go. Okay, so we were talking about the Duke Blue Devils earlier in the show. About their game against Gonzaga and how they fell down early and they were able to come back. So, of course, with a team as talented as Duke, sometimes losses can be a good teaching moment, especially when you have talented freshmen as Duke does. So, my trolling all is, I think Duke would lose at least one more game this season before hitting the tournament, which when they just run ruckshot. And I'll even go specific to give you the specific game. I have them losing on January 12th, which will have them at Florida State. And if anyone that knows about Florida State and their basketball team is they have length, they have size, and they defend. So I think that can be one of those games where Duke just kind of slips up just a tad, and then from that point on, just watch out for Duke.
That's gonna kind of be like the motivational.
Yeah,
So you saying that's gonna be the last game?
the last game that they lose.
That's not a troll to me. I actually had them losing. I don't know how many times they played Virginia, but I have.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I had Virginia beating them one time.
I was gonna say Virginia.
Cause Virginia always had that stifling defense. They during the regular season, they kind of always like give Duke hell.
Yeah. I would say either that or you could always possibly say North Carolina. I don't think North Carolina is as talented as Duke. But
it's still
they typically
game.
Always split. They typically always split.
I can see them losing.
They played UNC in Chapel Hill the last game of the season. So
yeah, okay. I can see them losing more than one more game actually.
Yeah.
Okay, it's possible.
I give them at least 2.
Yeah, okay. I see them losing that last game against UNC.
Yeah. Okay,
that's a good one though.
All right.
I guess I'll go. I had one in mind, but I'm gonna change it up, and I guess I'll wait till next week because I really want to make sure that I'm on point, and it's about your Steelers. But let's go to basketball. Right now,
it's not about the Houston Rockets, is it?
Oh no.
You got to
I'll just making sure.
I was done with the.
I was just making sure.
Nothing else to say. They're not gonna make the playoffs. Y'all already know.
Yeah, and James Harden put up 54 and lost to those same Wizards.
The number 2.
Without Dwight Howard.
Without Popeyes.
Yep.
All right, but this how we're gonna do. This how we're gonna do this. Shark, I gotta give you credit, man. Your rookie of the year choice.
Who?
Balling out.
Shea Gildress. Yeah.
They got the number one.
Oh, they the number one team in the West right now, ain't they?
Yes, they are.
And I think that the Clippers are gonna finish top 4 in the West. I think that the LA Clippers are gonna finish top 4 in the West.
That's a troll. I can't see that. If God told me it would
happen. The Lakers and the Thunder have something to say about that.
And your Nuggets got something.
And the Nuggets. Yeah.
I think that the Clippers right now are a better team than the Nuggets because the Nuggets they got too many pieces missing.
Yeah, right now. Those pieces are coming back over the course of the
year. We'll see. Doc got these boys playing,
but he got
y'all
playing.
know that they got the greatest mind in basketball.
Jerry West.
Y'all know me. I'm a big Jerry West fan.
Yeah,
totally agree.
So
good guy.
They balling right now. Tobias Harris averaging 21 points a game. I think he gonna keep that up.
Shout out former UT.
Yeah,
shout out to Tobias Harris.
Yeah, it still ain't happening.
It's a troll though.
Yeah,
I got in the top 4. I get the playoffs. Yeah,
I got them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I wouldn't playoffs. Top 4.
No,
let's push because like the Grizzlies. Shout out to the Grizzlies. They been doing well. I can't put the Grizzlies in top 4. I can see them making playoffs, but it's kind of the same.
Street, trust me.
Watch they beat.
They'll mess around, beat Toronto tonight.
They do that.
They ain't beating Toronto tonight. They lost to the Knicks the other day. Let's be real.
Yeah. I think they make playoffs.
If they stay healthy.
If they stay healthy.
The problem with them now, and the reason they lost.
If they stay healthy, they're gonna be a top 3 team in the West.
No.
I mean,
it's super early.
It's still early. And I saw one the reason they lost to the Knicks the other day and stuff, which I could just mark off to the David Fizdale revenge game. But Mike Conley, they rely on him so much to run everything, and he was dog tired at the end of the game, and that's why it's like they gotta find a way. Him and Mark, he go with when I was mad about him trading Tobias. When they got rid of Tyreke Evans, that's who they missing right now. They missing that third person. When Mike and Mark are off the floor, you need someone else to handle the offense.
Facilitate the offense.
When both of them, without either one of them on the court, they.
And it wasn't because we didn't want to pay him, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark too. He's having a really good year. Shout out to Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, I was going to say rookie of the year. I think that doesn't get talked about enough is the Grizzlies' ability to play defense after all the turnover that they've had in the past couple of years. Marc Gasol, he's been hurt. Mike Conley, he's been hurt. Fizdale was gone. They've had so many players come in and out, and for them to still be able to play the defense the way that they are, I think that's amazing, actually. Because I think at some point, if a team has that much turnover, look at my Lakers, can't defend nobody, but has the athletes to do it. The Grizzlies, at the end of the day, they have really good defense, and I think that goes unnoticed a lot.
Jaren Jackson, that game against the Knicks, who we talking about? 7 blocks, bro. He was dominating the game in defense.
I'm so glad he's.
A lot of fans are mad because JV Bickerstaff is not playing him as much as he probably should be playing him, and now they about to sign Joakim Noah. So,
are you serious?
That doesn't make sense to me at all.
It's slick. They do need another.
They need another
big somewhere. So
they need someone to.
They need depth. Period.
They need someone to back up Mark.
Yeah.
So that way you can keep 3J at the 4 because you see that's where he does his most damage.
But then it goes back to Sharky's point. He doesn't answer the bell when you need a third scorer. So again, that's why
there's nobody to sign.
There's no one else
That's the
that they
point.
can sign. Though.
They messed up this offseason period with that. Yeah, it gotta be a trade.
They had an opportunity with Tyreek Evans.
Cause they got other people that can like shoot and stuff, but they don't have a person that can
create his own shot.
Garrett Temple start to come back down to earth a little bit because I know at the beginning of the season he was balling.
I mean, he's still doing pretty well, but he's not Tyreek Evans. He's not
definitely.
When Mike is off the court, you can't run the offense through Garrett Temple. He's a person that spots up and stuff. So, but back to the troll and that's a troll for me. But I see the Clippers in the playoffs.
Troll for me too.
Troll.
Still not a big fan of Doc Rivers. Sorry.
He's showing he can coach.
I'm still mad. I'm still mad at Doc Rivers. I'm still mad. I'm still mad. I'm just going back to my childhood. So, quick story. As a Tracy McGrady fan,
True.
Who was playing for the Magic at the time, this was coming off his Most Improved Player year back in 2001. A fellow San Antonio Spur by the name of Tim Duncan hit free agency and was very close to signing with the Magic.
Yeah.
Which would have formed a big three of, at the time, who was still pretty decent before all the injuries. Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, and Tim Duncan. They had a dinner. And when asked if Tim's family could ride on the plane with the team, Doc Rivers said no. And that, all in all, basically played a role in Tim eventually re-signing with the Spurs. And of course, we all know what happened.
It has to be.
Doc Rivers is a reason T-Mac don't have a ring.
Bingo.
It has to be sad to be a Magic fan. The Penny Hardaway and Shaq era when Shaq left and Penny got hurt. Followed by Dwight Howard leave. That's got to be a sad fan base, man.
That franchise is cursed.
Yeah,
I hate to say
It's the
it.
Disney curse.
Yep, that's it.
The Disney curse.
That's what it is.
Let's move on to my troll now, as I be the ender for all. Indianapolis Colts have won 5 in a row. They started off 1-5.
Yes.
They are now 6-5.
All right.
Andrew Luck has been sacked exactly one time in the last 5 or 6 games.
6 games.
Right. His problem in the beginning of his career, I called him overrated because they tried to make him out like he was going to be the next greatest quarterback of all time. I didn't see that out of him, but I saw, I've been saying he's very good. But he finally has protection because he used to stay hurt.
Okay.
Well, I've seen from the Colts, and I still don't really believe in the Texans. They still might win the division because they're 2 games ahead, but the Colts are rolling. They are 6-5 now. I believe they will get in the playoffs, and I see them as being, y'all probably gonna say it's troll, but I see them as a contender to win the AFC. From where because their defense is, I didn't expect the defense to be good. And their defense, they got a bunch of like young players on their defense that I forgot they drafted, and they are like rolling.
Before I answer, can somebody pull up the Colts past 6 games for me, please?
Yeah, they ain't played.
I just want to know what their schedule, like who they beat.
I tell you now they.
Everyone
I
just feel like they ain't really beat too many.
Yeah, they ain't really beat
They
nobody.
beating the
I think-
Bills, the Raiders, the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Dolphins. That's their 5-game win streak. They beat the Dolphins by 3.
That's not good.
That's not good.
The Eagles, the Texans, the Patriots, and the Jets. They have remaining on the schedule. Jaguars win.
Yeah, they got an easy
lost.
schedule left.
Cowboys lost. Giants win. Titans again.
I don't see them losing no more. They gonna beat the Texans and the Cowboys.
Damn, super easy schedule.
Super easy
They gonna
schedule.
beat the Texans and the Cowboys. I think
Yeah.
they
I'm calling it now.
The Texans and the Cowboys.
The Texans won the first one, didn't they? The Texans won the first one.
The Colts gave them the game.
Colts gave them the game.
Literally.
Yeah.
They went for it.
Dang,
They won
super
40.
easy schedule.
Yeah, it is an easy
And
schedule.
Texans too.
But I guess because they were last in the division, so they kind of dang, super easy
Because I
schedule.
didn't,
Yeah.
AFC South is small.
They're the best team in the AFC South.
They're like the most competitive.
And this has nothing to do with
They said they were gonna beat up on each other.
That has nothing to do with Andrew Luck on the Tigers too. Like what I've been seeing from them.
Ooh.
The reason the Colts have fell short when Andrew Luck early in his career was because no defense and no protection. He has those two things now. Now I understand the easy schedule, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm finna say of those
So-
teams that you just named, how many of them got a pass rush?
But
Yeah.
the Tigers,
That's true. Think about
That's
it.
true.
Raiders.
no.
They had one.
Right. I guess to answer your question, I'm gonna go with a troll.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm trolling.
I can't see it. And I'm going only based off their schedule.
Is this y'all winning the division?
I said they might. I don't know if they can win the division. The Texans are 2 games ahead of them. Even if they beat the Texans will have to lose another game. So it's like, but I do believe they're definitely gonna get their last spot in the playoffs. Yeah, 6 seed.
Yeah, that's a troll.
Shout out to Eric Ebron, giving me top 3 numbers in fantasy though.
Yeah, that's a troll. Because just for that reason right there, because if they do get in, there'll be a 6 seed, and they're more than likely going to have to play. They're probably going to have to go to New England on that first game. So yeah, I don't think.
They may have to play the Chiefs.
They may have to play. Now, Chiefs have a bye.
The Chiefs will have a bye.
They might have another game with the Texans.
They'll finish top 2.
They might have to play the Texans again.
They might have to play the Texans again. So
or play y'all.
Or us. Yeah.
Nah, I ain't worried about Nichols. Nah, I'm gonna go with the troll. God, it's super easy schedule he fought the hand. God,
Yeah.
no wonder he been sacked. Ain't nobody been in a rush.
I used to see him get sacked by the Slaughter's team, so
That's true. You can't pick who you play.
because their guard Quentin Nelson, I think he's gonna win.
Yeah, I done seen him.
Yeah,
he got some highlights.
He legit. You seen the offensive lineman with highlights?
Yeah.
Hey, and Marlon Mack injured too. He got a concussion.
I don't believe him anyway. It's
But
the
that's
passing game.
running back.
Huh?
That's they ain't running back.
They'll never
gonna throw the ball
they'll never
50
run it back. Yeah.
Andrew Luck finna throw about 50 times.
He throw the ball 50 times anyway. He just needs somebody there to have a running back.
Yeah, right. All right, so that's the end of this episode. Any last thoughts? Anybody?
Shout out to Paso again.
Live your truth.
Put Memphis on the map.
Shout
Live your truth.
Shout out to
Live your
James
truth.
Wiseman, man.
Shout out to the Tigers.
Yes.
Shout out to this number 2 I'm about to go get.
I'm
sure about to go get one like right now.
That may be the best trolling out we've ever had, by the way.
Yes, easily.
Definitely.
Easily.
Yes.
Go Tigers.
Go
What do you think
Tigers,
Ashton
man.
gonna say once he hears
I
this?
could really care less what Ashton says. He probably has had a number 2 from. Actually, he would probably agree with me. Actually, 'cause
Exactly.
He's a big Popeyes fan.
He is
I think
a big
Ashton's a
Popeyes
Popeyes fan.
But over John Wall?
Oh,
Yeah.
man. He loves John Wall.
But again, consistency is key.
Exactly.
I overlooked it. You get the same thing every single time.
He gonna make arguments about that too.
Yeah.
Everybody likes consistency. That's all.
Yes.
You know what else he probably say? He probably say the number 3 is a 3-piece, so you get more.
All right, man.
Stay woke.
Stay woke, ladies and gentlemen. All right, peace.
Remember, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at LBR Sports 901. Also, like and follow the Facebook page at Let's Be Real. We also have a Facebook group, the Let's Be Real group. Subscribe to YouTube at Let's Be Real in parentheses Sports Podcast. Also, you can listen to us on Spotify and the podcast source app at Let's Be Real. And if you want, you can bookmark the website at Let's Be Real 901.libsyn, LIBSYN.com. You can also listen to us on iTunes and Google Play Music at Let's Be Real.